इसराइल और ईरान के बीच चली जंग में आखिरकार सीज फायर हुआ है। अमेरिका की तरफ से अनाउंस किया गया। अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने ऐलान किया कि इसराइल और ईरान के बीच कंप्लीट सीज फायर कर दिया गया। उसके बाद भी कुछ वायलेशंस, क्लेम्स, काउंटर क्लेम्स हमने देखे। आखिर क्या है इसके कॉन्टोर्स, क्या ये सीज फायर होल्ड करेगा, इन सभी चीज़ों पर बात करने के लिए सुपर एक्सक्लूसिव एबीपी न्यूज़ के साथ इस वक्त भारत में इसराइल के राजदूत रूवेन अजार साहब हैं। एम्बेसडर, गुड आफ्टरनून एंड थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस सर।
Thank you.
Sir, at the outset, I just wanted to ask you, sir, has Israel, with this ceasefire, we can say, been able to achieve its objective, sir, or was it forced upon Israel?
We have achieved our goals, Ashish, because we have removed in 12 days two existential threats, imminent existential threats on our state. The first is the danger of military nuclear bomb that was being assembled by Iran. And the second is the threat of a very large ballistic missile program that would have amassed 20,000 ballistic missiles. These threats coming from a country as radical as this Iranian regime that has sworn to destroy us was a threat that we had to remove, and thank God we have achieved our goal.
Sir, only today morning we saw a report in one of the very famous publications of United States based on preliminary classified US report which says program is only delayed by a few months and the strikes could actually not collapse the underground building fully. So the threat, you think, still is there, and are you confident that Iran will now restrict, or if it carries ahead in coming weeks or days with its nuclear program, then what happens, sir?
But Ashish, although the Iranian regime is still there and is still trying to destroy us, and we're trying to promote maybe ways to do so, I wouldn't give too much credibility to this unidentified reports, because as you remember, before the strike or immediately after the Israeli strike, there were other reports quoted that the Iranians are not even building a nuclear weapon. So, it's nonsense. At the end of the day, we know what we did. We took out the main elements that are needed in order to build a nuclear bomb by Iran. We hit the criminal group that was assembling that bomb. We took out essential facilities like the conversion facility in Isfahan. We hit their main factories of centrifuges in Natanz and Fordo. So although the Iranians might have stockpiles here and there, or some scientists that could continue enriching uranium, it doesn't mean that they are months from building the bomb. I think that it would take them much more. And actually, if they renew those efforts and again build an imminent threat, the world already knows that Israel is capable of taking action against it.
So, sir, at the moment, are you confident that you've been able to completely destroy their nuke program, sir?
We are confident that we have set back substantially the military Iranian nuclear program.
And if they renew, as you said, if they were to again renew, then Israel has the capability to act against that, right, sir?
We have the capability, we have the determination, and we have also the intelligence. We've been penetrating, as you probably saw and the world saw, the Iranian system. So if they want to re-engage in trying to rebuild their plan of extermination of our state, I think that there is some risk entailed.
Ambassador, I have just one more question, sir. Can you please tell us, sir, so far there are no contours out. What are the conditions on which Israel agreed, Israel and Iran both agreed for these ceasefire? Is there a possibility, sir, that Iran finally agreed to restrict its nuclear program and it has assured that it will not go ahead with it? Has it also accepted the nuclear deal offered by the United States? And have they assured that they will not use proxies against Israel?
It remains to be seen, Ashish. We certainly hope that will be the diplomatic direction, and we certainly is in our interest that Iran will commit to stop those kinds of aggression that you mentioned.
Sir, did Russia play any role in this, or was it worked out between you three, Iran, Israel and US? Because we had seen Iranian FM just 2 days earlier. He had gone to Russia and met the President Putin there. So is there a possibility that maybe President Putin pressed upon US President to ensure that, you know, it is better to walk out and strike a peace, strike ceasefire between Israel and Iran? Was there any role played by Russia, sir?
Ashish, there were many communications sent through different channels, multiple channels, and I'm sure many countries have exchanged messages. However, it is the United States to which we are very grateful for the assistance that brokered this ceasefire.
Just one last question, sir, before I wrap up. Is Israel satisfied with this ceasefire, or you had intended to maybe further carry it on and act against Khamenei as well?
We are satisfied with the ceasefire. Taking out Khamenei wasn't part of our plan. As I told you, we focused on removing two existential threats. We did that, and this ceasefire was brokered with our cooperation. Unfortunately, the Iranians continued to fire after the ceasefire entered into effect. And that was the reason of a misunderstanding between us, a brief misunderstanding between us and the Americans that was sorted out quickly. Thankfully, it seems that the ceasefire is full.
So just one last question, it just struck my mind. What happens to the territory dispute with Palestine, sir? The long-standing issue between you and Palestine.
Well, we will have, first of all, in order to make sure that we can build a better future with moderate Palestinian leadership, we will have to make sure that Hamas no longer stays in power in the Gaza Strip. Once we have achieved that, I think that the prospects for negotiation, for reconstruction, and for building a future that would serve both Israelis and Palestinians, that can be pursued.
I'm very grateful to you, Ambassador, for joining ABP News after this ceasefire. Everybody across India would certainly like to hear from you, and you have told us exact details of how this has worked out and how Israel feels they are satisfied with the ends, with the objectives already achieved. Thank you so much for joining with ABP News, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.